Hello, Tamily. It's time for Ask Tamily interview number 85. And our guest today is Melissa. Her Instagram name is melissaloyd_tam. And we are going to connect right now. Just one moment. Hello, Emily and Nicole. Okay, it says we're connecting. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being our 85th Ask Tamily interview.
Thank you for asking me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. So are we. So obviously we have some questions planned for you, but throughout we will scroll through the chat and take live questions as well. So everyone that's watching, go ahead and type in some live questions. But we'll start with our favorite question, which is, when and how did you start with the Tracy Anderson method?
Yes. So, my friend Lindsay, you all know her, Lindsay_Tam_. So, her and I became friends through wedding planning, and we were out having drinks and appetizers at a local restaurant, and she started telling me about how her and our friend Elise and Aaron were all doing Tracy Anderson method. And I was like, what is this, you know? And so she pulled up her Instagram and started showing me all of her videos. And I'm like, this is so weird, but it's cool. It looked really fun. And so Lindsay told me about I think at the time it was a 14-day free trial. And so I did that and instantly loved it. And I think I did it for about a week and a half before I created my own Instagram account and then started posting videos.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so you jumped right into streaming and then right into posting.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And it felt so weird. It's so funny to go back and look at those like first videos that I posted because they're terrible. Like my edit skills were zero.
Yeah, it's funny how you build the posting and the videos too.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
So that was in August of 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had only been streaming for a month before I found out that I was pregnant. So the majority of my streaming career life has been pregnancy and postpartum. So
wow.
yeah.
So did you also do any of the pregnancy DVDs or the post-pregnancy?
So I tried the pregnancy DVD once. I think I may have done it like 1 or 2 days, and I was like, I don't really like this. And I just went back to streaming.
Okay.
I think it was just too slow because I had already been doing it for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the vibe is so different to me with streaming versus any other DVD. It's like you can't really go back.
Yeah, right.
So now what is your routine? Like, what workout do you do? And do you do any dance cardio?
So I mainly stick with fundamentals and attain. So I feel like I do equal of both. I usually start the week with attain, and I'll do a couple days of that and then a couple days of fundamentals. But I've been trying to listen to my body. So I've been trying to do what my body wants and not pushing myself to do attain when I'm, too tired to do it. So, but for the most part, I do equal of both. And then I do dance cardio. I love that I get to say that. So, I just recently started though. So Cassie did, a challenge. I think it was dancing into the new year. I think that's what it was. And so that's like the first time that I had done dance cardio, and I stuck with it the whole 10 days. And it didn't go well the beginning. It didn't go well. So I tried doing the routines, and I just couldn't follow along. I don't know why I struggled with it so much, but I just had such a hard time following along. And so I got frustrated with it, and I ended up just doing my own like freestyle thing for most of it. And then And then I didn't do dance cardio after that for a while. But then we had the Tamily meetup and we talked about, doing Ann Claire's December catapult. And so I tried learning that and it was a disaster and I got frustrated again. So I quit. Um, and then Rachel did a challenge after the Tamily meetup that was, I think it was Show Me Your Dance Cardio or whatever. And for those that weren't like dance cardio savvy, she said to just learn one combination or one routine. And so I did. I learned step hook. And let me just tell you, it was tedious as heck. So I had to like, pause it, rewind, watch it, then rewind it, rewind, try harder. I mean, 500 times. But I eventually got it. It took me like, I think in total it took me about 2 hours of time, which was like 3 or 4 days. And then after that, Cassie did the Kiki challenge and I accepted it before I knew what I was accepting. And, but I learned it and I learned it just like that, just rewinding it, watching, trying. And yeah, I learned it and now I'm learning Warrior.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I think especially for people that haven't done dance cardio, they think that it's going to take, an hour a day every day for 3 months. And really, like you said, it was probably 2 hours of time over a few days. And it's just like muscular structure. Like you start getting better at it, like sooner than you think. And then that like propels you to do it.
Right. And I would just learn, like 3 or 4 8 counts at a time. And then I would just practice it over and over again. But I'm someone who doesn't watch the video. I learn it from memory and I do it myself.
Wow.
Because if I watch, I get messed up.
Okay.
I don't know.
See, I don't know if I could do any of it without looking. That's amazing.
Yeah. I think it's just my dancer background. I think that's why I think that's why I'm like that. But yeah.
So, what kind of dance did you do in the past and how long ago was that?
Yeah, so I started taking dance classes in 5th grade and I danced all the way through high school. So I did, jazz, tap, competition. We went all over the place, Florida, Minnesota. And then in high school, I did, dance team and cheerleading. So that type of dance, though, that learning is so different because someone breaks it down for you, you watch and they count, and you don't do it to music until you've learned it. And that's the way that I'm used to learning how to like dance routines. And so this is very different for me. The catalyst is very different. So I think that's why I struggled in the beginning.
But it's just such a good point that you can get it and it doesn't take that long.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So for you, obviously you've had results around the pregnancy factor. So we want to hear about those results. And then also in general, like what kind of physical and non-physical results have you seen?
Yes. So as someone who has never worked out, I've never been someone that likes to work out. I've never found something that I've loved like this. Toning. So my upper body, like my arms have never looked like that. Yeah. My arms have never looked like that. My ab definition has never been there. I'm pretty sure I'm hip centric. I don't know for sure because I've never like sent in my pictures to get to ask. But even my lower body, like my bottom is just like has lifted a little bit, but I mean that's my weak area, so it's not like super toned. But my upper body has never looked this toned. Yeah.
Amazing. How did you feel about the return? Like your process when, you were pregnant and then getting back to the way that you were before?
Yeah, so I was shocked with like how fast I bounced back. And I don't really have anything to compare it to. But I really strongly feel like working out through my entire pregnancy helped me tremendously for recovery. And my first workout postpartum was at 6 weeks, and I did fundamentals. That's what I did. I didn't even try it. I didn't go for start. I went for fundamentals and I
Wow.
didn't die.
Uh-huh.
It felt good and yeah,
That's
it was great.
fantastic. Especially because, I mean, it depends on the person, but some people want to do the,
Hmm.
postpartum. Some people want to go right back into streaming, but you really
Yeah.
just have to make the decision for yourself.
Right. Yeah. And I think if it had been painful or if it didn't feel good, I
Hmm.
would have tried the postpartum
Hmm.
pregnancy DVDs, but it didn't. It felt good, and
Hmm.
I listened to my body really good at that time too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't push it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely important.
Mhm.
Um, who in the Tamily inspires you?
I love this question um, because I'm being completely honest here. Everyone inspires me, and I say that because we're all going through some kind of battle, whether it be we didn't get enough sleep last night, or we're sick, or we're starting to get sick, or those of us who have been diagnosed with breast cancer, like Alicia. Um, uh, we're all just going through something, and we're all showing up. So, yeah, everyone.
Definitely true. Do you have any workout partners?
I do. Um, so all the Kansas family crew. So we have like Aaron, Lindsay, Elise, Katie, Melissa, and B6. Um, I think that's all of us. So we all live decently close to each other, and a few of us have gotten together at the local Y and worked out a couple times. But I think we're going to try to start doing that more on like Saturdays and Sundays, just because it's really cheap for us to go rent out a room at the Y and work out together. Yeah, and like that workout energy
Yeah.
is so much different in a group setting. So
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's just totally amazing. I mean, to me, whether you're meeting with like one or two people or you're going to like a vitality week, it's so
yeah,
exciting
yeah,
to be able to work out together. So
yeah,
that is so awesome. I
yeah,
love seeing when people do that kind of thing. And you don't always think about like how easy it is to,
yeah.
rent a room at the Y is probably not
Right.
very much money at all. Like,
No, it's 25 bucks. And we don't have to bring a whole lot of stuff because they have dumbbells, they have mats. So we just basically
yeah.
bring our ankle weights, water bottles,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's great.
awesome. Definitely. And
And we can also invite more people
mhm,
too,
yeah,
they can try it and see if they like it. So,
yeah, exactly. And there's Tamily everywhere, so everyone can do that.
yeah.
Have you ever personally met Tracy?
I have. So, oh my goodness, the stars aligned for this. So, my husband and I had planned a trip to go to Florida to visit some friends from church. This was our second year of going to visit them because they're snowbirds and they live there during the winter months. And so, we had already had our trip planned, and then the Goop pop up came up. Yeah. And so,
Wow.
I was really excited about it. I was like, oh, we'll go. It's like a 2.5 hour drive for us there, and then 2.5 hours back. But I was like, oh, we'll do it.
Mhm.
And then, like, I think it was a few days before, Tracy posted on her story that she was going to be there.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so, when I went, she was there. So
Oh my
I got
God.
to meet her. It was just for like a brief
Uh-huh.
second. I basically just said, hey, this is who I am. I'm a
Mhm.
streamer. Yeah. So it was really short, but I
Exciting.
did get to meet her and I got a selfie.
That's awesome. Oh gosh, the selfie makes it. That's
It was
worth
so
the,
cute because
the car ride.
she was like, yes, let's get a selfie. And then she grabbed my phone and she was like, let's find the best lighting.
She's so funny. She definitely knows how to get a good picture.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Vitality Week or a studio?
No.
Okay.
So I really want to go to a Vitality Week, but I don't know. That's probably not in my near future. Um, but I am going to the New York City meetup in May, and so I'll get to go to a studio there, and I'm so excited because the floor is different, the heat and humidity. Yeah. I'm really, well, I'm excited and a little scared because it's probably gonna kill me, but yeah.
But the adrenaline will get you.
Yeah.
So that will be at the 59th Street studio, right?
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. That's like, you know, the one to go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you have any advice for someone that is new to the Tamily and the method?
Yes. So give yourself time to get acquainted with the method because it's a different language. You know, don't give up. But also just take it at your own pace. It's easy to like get into the Instagram community and see everyone else posting, you know, doing fundamentals in attain and dance cardio, and get discouraged by that a little bit because you see them, you know, doing the harder workouts. But at the same time, they've probably been doing it for years, and you have to take that into consideration. So I just take it at your own pace, you know. That's what I told my friend Katie whenever she started. I told her to just slow down, focus on your form, you know, take it at your own pace, and that's what she's done. So
yeah, that's definitely important because it can be really hard to like put pressure on yourself and think I should be doing attain or
yeah. And even now, like a year and a half into it, I still do that a little bit to myself, and I just have to, you know, check in with myself like, no, this is not, you have to listen to your body. You know, you can't look at Kimmy and be like, gosh darn it, because Kimmy's been doing it for forever.
Yeah. And even for people that have done it for forever, it's still difficult. Like there's no one that's like, oh yeah, this is easy. I mean, even start, they're not easy workouts. Like and not especially the way that Tracy, you know, updates them and we're getting the most current possible things. There's nothing where it's like, oh yeah, that's just, you know, same or something. Like new and difficult.
Yeah, like I have yet to do a workout and be like, wow, that was so easy. No, it kicks my butt every time.
Yeah, that happens even when I think I'm just gonna do start, and then I'm like, why is this hard?
I know, it's like, because with start it's also slower, and sometimes slower is harder.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. That's completely right. Yeah. But that's where like the form piece comes in for sure.
Yeah.
So we do have a question in the chat.
Oh boy. Okay.
Kristen would like to know, what song would you pick for your personal theme song?
Oh, yay. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That's my song. Yep. And I think I actually, so whenever the Dancing into the New Year challenge, that dance cardio challenge was going on, I actually said in that, like, because I danced to that song, and I'm like, no song pumps me up more than that.
Yeah. That's an excellent idea. I'm going to have to try some dance cardio to that song. I don't think I've ever worked out to that song before.
It's a good one.
Have you personally faced any challenges in doing the method?
Yes. So this isn't really a direct reflection of the method, but I'm going to say it anyway because the buffering freaking sucks. Okay, it sucks. It has by far been my biggest challenge. And in the beginning, it wasn't like that. I don't know what happened, but it's pretty widespread. A lot of people have that problem. And I was actually at a point where I couldn't even get my videos to load up in my workout room is in our second story, and the videos wouldn't even load up there. And so what I was having to do was I was having to come down to the main area, and I would have to screen record the entire workout and then save it to my iCloud so then I could go up to my workout room and do it. And that went on for, I don't know, probably a month. And even then it was a pain in the rear because the buffering still happened down here, but the recording I could at least, fast forward it. But recently we had our internet provider come out, and they just replaced our router, and it's working now.
Okay.
This morning I had a little bit of buffering, but it's working now. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. And everyone has their own little, like, remedy. Like, use a different browser or use a different device or whatever. So people are figuring it out.
Yeah, but
My remedy was to get a new router.
It's a huge challenge. I mean, especially when there's technology challenges during Ask Tamily, makes me crazy, but definitely with the workout.
But challenges that are, like a reflection of the method, like my stamina. Like, my stamina is just not there. I do attain, but I take breaks. I can't go through the entire thing. Even fundamentals, like, I take breaks. And with our, like, Y group meetups, like, even then I'll take breaks. Even with that, like, extra energy. I don't know, my stamina is just low. And then my balance is still kind of off a little bit too. And I don't know if that's because I'm still, I'm 9.5 months postpartum. So
that's not really that far away from it, especially for like what you have achieved. So you're probably right that, you still have to keep building that, but that's always helpful too, just to know that people are not like, oh yeah, it's so perfect. Like, everybody has their different challenges. Okay, we have another question in the chat. This is from Erin. She said, how do you make yourself get to it at 5 a.m.?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, I feel like it's definitely not easy. But I just do it, like, just do it. There are days where I don't get out of bed until like 5:20 and I get on the mat at 5:30, but it's still in that 5 o'clock hour. But I like the morning better than after work in the evening. So if I want to get it done, that's the time I need to get it done. Because working out after work, like, I'm just not, I don't know, I'm too exhausted, and you've eaten all day and you just feel heavier, and the morning is definitely my preference.
Yeah, the feeling you must have from having the workout done has to be like worth the getting up early. I just can't do it.
I know, you midnight hour workout girl.
It's crazy. It really is. But definitely, that's the best way to do it. And I can't imagine how great every day must feel that you've gotten your workout done first.
It does really feel good to get it done really early, because then I don't have that, like, mom guilt, in the evening, because it doesn't take away from our family time. Because my husband he does the morning routine with our son, and he gets my daughter up for school too. So while I'm working out, he's doing that part. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do you have any tips for doing the method while traveling?
So all my tips would be stolen tips. So the one I really love the most is to take your heavy weights, though, and use them as your hand weights. But that's it, like, if you're working out in a hotel, most hotel fitness centers have the dumbbells. They're actually 5 pounds, but I've done that. But taking the ankle weights, I love that idea. And then I usually check mine just because I know that you don't, and I like that you don't check yours and you just take them out and security just looks at them really fast. But for us, like, if we're traveling with my son, it's just one extra thing for me that slows us down, and so I check mine. But I mean, you can do it either way.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. And it definitely helps to not have to lug them through the airport.
Yes, because they're heavy.
Yes.
And then I don't bring my workout mat either, or like a yoga mat or anything, because if I'm at a hotel, the fitness centers normally have them. But you could also just use, like, towels. Or, I don't know, like, even like sheets or something.
Right. Yeah, I think I've even seen a trainer use a pillow, like a
Hey,
literal
yeah,
pillow.
which is a better idea because I've used beach towels before and my knees got really bruised up. But still, you can find stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. Definitely. Okay, we have a couple of questions in the chat. Emily would like to know, has your daughter ever tried to tam with you?
She hasn't. I should get her to though.
Yeah.
I think she would try it.
Mm-hmm.
She would not let me record it though.
Yeah.
She'd be like, no, we're not recording it.
Right. Usually people are not as brave as you with jumping into recording. Tam Illy has a question. Has doing the method changed your general attitude towards life? And what's your biggest takeaway?
Yes. So, like so many people talk about, this, like you're processing when you're working out. So you're processing all that negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, you just feel like you can take on the world. But another thing is, with the Tamily community, it's so positive. I love the positivity because I feel like that positivity then I take out into the rest of my life. And I've heard comments before that the Instagram community is too positive, but I just don't think so. I don't think that it can be too positive. Like we're all so supportive and encouraging and loving, and I love it. I love it. There's no other community out there like this. And I really do feel like our positivity radiates out to the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm. I think that's an excellent point. And I think it's funny when people think it's too positive. Like, I mean, there's so many things that are too negative. Mm-hmm. Like, even if we're, just saying encouraging things, like, I mean, you can say, like, excellent job. Maybe the person didn't do the most excellent job ever, but we don't have to be like, you did a mediocre job today.
Right.
Lift each other up.
Like, I mean, when you get those comments of, like, you did great, girl, whatever, great job, good form, those things lift you up. And then you have that positivity in you to then, say something to someone else to lift them up. So I just love it. Yeah,
I completely agree. What is your favorite thing about the method?
The Tamily community. Yeah, for sure. Like we were saying, there's just nothing else like it. But I do also love that the workouts change every week. Mm-hmm. So to go back to the actual method.
Yeah,
I love that because you don't get bored and we have so many options. Mm-hmm. We've got multitask and we've got the bonus content and cardio, and then we've got all three of the classes. So like if you're getting bored with the class, just try another one.
Exactly. Like the content that we have and the variety and just the fact that it actually gets updated every single week. I mean, even when Tracy, had the flu or whatever, like we still got these other choices. Like that is amazing.
I know that week was kind of like, there are so many options. I really don't know what to do. Because we had last week's, then we had a throwback, then we had this week. It was a lot.
Totally. Yeah, it's like easier when she just updates the regular workout and we
But I love the options. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way that it's really evolved too, to have, the different cardio library, like so many things from, I think initially when streaming started, it was just like one choice. And now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and I think they added beginner and then later on added intermediate or fundamentals. Like, so
when streaming started, there wasn't like a beginner, intermediate, and master. There was just one class, even in the studio.
I don't know about in the studios.
Huh? I didn't know that. I love learning like the history though. Like I love hearing, like when I was listening to Tiffany's interview and she was talking about how it all got started, and how like the Instagram thing got started with Tracy's challenge for them to post it or whatever. I love hearing all about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing how it's evolved
Mm-hmm.
from, from people doing DVDs by themselves and not, communicating with anyone to
Yeah.
where we're at today. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so Nicole, this is not a question, but Nicole is saying that um one class and some weeks the classes were an hour and a half. Oh, so in the very beginning it was only one class and they could be an hour and a half. That is crazy.
I wonder if they also had like at the end they did dance cardio. Like maybe the last half hour was dance
I
cardio.
think there was some dance cardio then. I didn't start until I think 2016, but I think Nicole might have started at the very beginning.
She did? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, she was doing it before me, I think. We got to interview Nicole again so we can find out.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I asked you some of these other questions. What advice have you received from the Tamily that has been impactful to you?
Yes. So a lot of times when I post things I'm struggling with, a lot of people have told me just to listen to my body, which is one of the things that I'm really working on, because like I said, it's easy to get on Instagram and see that, a lot of the girls are doing Attain, but that day I may just not be feeling it. And pushing myself has never been a good idea. And I always learn that the hard way. But I mean, even just this last week, my husband was out of town for work, and so I was working out in the evening, which is not my favorite. And so it was really hard. And so I had started, I think I started fundamental, and halfway through the arms, I was like, nope, nothing gonna happen. So I switched to start, and then I did a little bit of warrior learning.
Okay.
That. So yeah, just listening to my body, not pushing
Yeah,
it.
I think you really have to do that. And just like Tracy says, you have to have that honest conversation with yourself. So like, am I just, not in the mood for it? Or is it that like today I don't have the energy or ability? But especially like to your point of adding in some dance cardio, like make it so, it's not that you did nothing unless you really can't do anything. But yeah, that's an excellent kind of solution to that. And
because any movement is better than none.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is something important to you in your life that you would like to share with the Tamily?
Yes. So, something that's really important to me is my faith in God and then my relationship with Jesus. It's not something that I post a lot about or even really at all about on Instagram, just because I don't want people to feel like, I'm that pushy Christian. But Jesus is very important in my life. And then also, my family, my husband and my daughter and my son. Also, I think quite a few people already know this, but I donated a kidney to my sister in 2010. And so, organ donation is really important to me. And just putting it on your driver's license isn't enough. You have to actually register yourself on donatelife.net, I think is what it's.
Okay.
But yeah, so share your spare, people.
That's an excellent message. I didn't know that you had to do something other than the driver's license thing.
Yep. It's not enough just on your driver's license. Because if it's just on your driver's license, your family can turn it down. But if you are registered, they don't really get the choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to post that website with your recap. Excellent.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Lots of people all over the world would love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you live and what do you do?
Yes, so I live in Topeka, Kansas, and I work in IT for a local hospital in the lab. So I'm basically just help desk support for lab staff.
Cool. There are a lot of Tamily people somehow connected to healthcare stuff.
Yeah,
That definitely seems to be a theme.
Yes, and for those that are connected in healthcare, if they know what Epic is, which a lot of them probably do, that's the system that we have, and that's
Okay.
so I build and maintain our Epic EMR for lab.
Excellent. That sounds very complicated to me.
It is.
Um, who would you like to see featured in future Ask Tamily interviews?
Everyone who hasn't done one. Because I watch them. I watch them on YouTube. So I've watched quite a few of them. And I love getting to know the Tamily this way. So everyone who hasn't done one, especially my Kansas crew.
Definitely. We do have one scheduled next week.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
And from some of Aaron's comments in the chat, which I try not to read too much of the chat unless it's questions, but it seems like Aaron might have started streaming at the very beginning. So we'll definitely be asking her about that next week.
She did? I didn't know that.
Like
Because I know she did Metamorphosis.
Okay.
But I didn't know that she started streaming from the beginning.
Well, she was talking about stuff that happened in the beginning, so we're going to have to find out.
Well, maybe I just need to talk to her.
And then we got to get others scheduled too. And
yes.
Point, I mean, even though we've done now 85 interviews, there's still tons
so many of us. There's so many.
And interviewed. And it's not, complicated or anything to be nervous about. Like, it's just
no, like I surprisingly wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. It's just it's fun.
Just talking about Tracy, which we do.
That's right.
You talked about this a little bit, but we do want to ask about your first post to Instagram. So tell us about that.
Yes. So after when I did the 14-day free trial, I think it was like 7 or 8 days after the first day I did it, and I created an account and I posted the video. I think I only posted one video, and I remember going back and looking at it, and I didn't like edit out myself, like coming up to my screen and pressing record.
Oh my
and going down to my mat, so you can see that whole thing. Like I posted that whole thing. I have no idea why.
Oh, that's funny.
But I did, so it's quite comical.
Yeah, you definitely have developed your video skills.
Yeah, the editing. I'm like an editing master now, so.
So we have another question in the chat from Tam Nation.
Okay.
How does your hair stay so beautiful during a workout?
Oh, I don't think I have beautiful hair during the workout, but thank you. Oh my goodness, I get so sweaty when I work out. I have to wash my hair every day, which just is terrible, but I do because after the workout, it looks like I just took a shower because my hair is so wet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really think it's because my videos are so like far back. My hair might look good, but it really doesn't. It's frizzy and it's those like one shoulder moves when I get up. It's like all poofed out on that side. It's really not that great.
Do you use heat and humidity?
So I use heat. I've been like slowly buying things for my TM space over the last year and a half because they're all so expensive, but I do use heat, and my next purchase is going to be a humidifier and probably a steamer too, because a lot of people have said that the steamer is better.
Yeah.
So I'll probably purchase both of those, but I did get like a little temperature and humidity gauge, and so I know now what the temperature and humidity is in there, and I basically have the temperature, like even in the winter up there it's like 80 degrees, and with my heater on I can get it up to 95.
Okay, that's
but
awesome.
The humidity is in the 20s, so it needs a lot of work.
Yeah,
and I know that the humidity is the one that really counts, so I need to work on that. But
what type of heater do you use?
I think I have a Vornado. I just got some like $50 Vornado from Amazon. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting though because I feel like some of those heaters are just as effective as like more expensive ones that you could get. Like
Mhm.
the one I use is probably like $35 at Lowe's. Like
Yeah.
gets the room to maybe not 95, but like 90.
Yeah, and I think it helps a lot that I'm on the second story because
Hmm.
heat rises, and so
Yeah,
it's always really warm up there. Even
yeah,
I mean winter and summer, it's warm
mhm.
up there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, so we've asked you our planned questions, and there's no more questions currently in the chat. So anyone that wants to type one in, please do so now. But is there anything else that you would like to share with the Tamily, or anything I didn't ask that you want to tell us?
Um, I don't think so.
Well, thank
Oh,
you.
I did convert someone to Tam.
Oh, okay. Tell us about that.
Yes. So, my friend Katie B underscore Tam. So she watched Elise and I for a long time, and then I finally convinced her to give it a try, and now she's a Tammer.
That's amazing. So did she start with just streaming right
Uh-huh.
from the?
Yep.
Oh,
And so she may have done the pregnancy DVDs a couple of
okay.
times, but not consistently
Okay.
until after she had her son and she started doing streaming. And now
Okay.
I mean, she's just getting over the flu, and then she was in Turks and Caicos
Mhm.
for her brother's wedding, so she hasn't
Oh.
posted in like a week and a half. But yeah, she's pretty consistent.
Okay.
So I did convert someone.
Well, it's so interesting to me too that like you jumped right into streaming, then you converted someone else that jumped into streaming. Like I'm not sure that I could have done it jumping right into streaming.
No, you don't think so? I think you could have.
No. Like to know the form and everything, like I feel like you must have had some other level of athleticism to be able to do that.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if
Well,
other people think that,
well,
but
and Katie and I both danced,
mhm,
so and we both cheered, and I feel
yeah,
like yeah, I don't know. I feel
yeah.
like that helped.
I think that definitely makes a difference because
Hmm.
that to me is like rock star status to go into streaming right away. I
Yeah,
really think it is.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now we have a couple other questions.
Okay.
So Erin is asking, did you do any workout method before? And sorry if you answered this already.
So I kind of did, I guess, but no, I did not work out before Tracy Anderson. So around our wedding, my husband and I both did the like Beachbody 21 day fix,
Okay.
and oh my gosh, I just hated it. I dreaded it every day. I did not like it. Um, so I was just doing it to get in shape for our wedding,
Mhm.
and I did it, but man, I didn't like it.
And
And then I
you did
never did it again.
21 days straight.
Yeah,
Did you see results from that?
I did a little bit. I had like a little bit of ab
Okay.
definition, not a ton, not like it is now,
Mhm.
but yeah. But I know I've never been someone that works out. I don't like to work out.
Mhm.
Um, my workout was basically like dancing in high school.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
never been someone that's worked out. I've done Zumba a couple times.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, nope.
Well, that makes it even more amazing that you could jump right into streaming.
Yeah. That's because this method is amazing. I love it. It's like it was love at first sight, honestly. Like the very first time I did it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one thing about it. Like you can tell if it's really for you, and
Hmm.
then if it is, no other method is
Yep.
like acceptable. It's like they're irritating.
Yep. So I will never do anything else. Like this is me. This is
Mhm.
my thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we have another question from Kristen. She said, when is the thing in New York City? And I would also like to ask, who else do you know that's going?
Oh yeah. So Rebecca told me about it. Rebecca
Mhm.
Wartzman. So she said she invites everyone. So if you don't know about it, ask her. I think it's the weekend of Mother's Day. It is the weekend of Mother's Day because I'm only staying until Saturday night, so I
Okay.
can be home on Sunday for Mother's Day. So I think that's like the ninth. Is that
Okay.
I'll
Like
have
the 8th to the 10th or something, maybe?
I
Or
think it's like I'm getting in on Thursday, which I think is the 7th.
the 7th. Okay.
So sorry for the noise in the background. That's my husband and my son. He's entertaining
Real.
us.
The Tamily real.
Sorry.
And do you have people that are going with you?
So I am rooming with Tanya and Dana. And then I think Heather is gonna room with us, and then maybe one of her friends, although she just said she might have to work, so I'm not sure. But lots of people are going. You should definitely come. Have you not been?
Well, I've been to New York City to the Tribeca studio. I've never been to the 59th Street, and I am
Okay.
definitely considering that meetup. So is
Okay.
Nicole.
Good. Good.
So hopefully we both will. I think it depends a little bit on work, and I haven't
Okay.
committed yet, but
Okay.
we should commit. And Kristen, you should definitely come too.
Yes,
And
Kristen, I'll send you
everybody
the dates. I'll send you the dates, and if you need, let me check and see if Heather's rooming with us or not, because if she is not, we have an open spot in our room.
excellent. Maybe it can be as amazing as the Shy Tamily meetup,
Yeah.
which was
You guys roomed together, didn't you?
epic. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yep. Yep. We can have another epic meetup.
That's right.
Okay, so I think that is all of our questions.
Okay.
It's been an amazing 85th Ask Tamily interview with you, Melissa.
Yay.
Loved getting to know you.
I
And
loved getting to see you.
and we will this will be on Instagram for 24 hours, and then in a few days it'll be on YouTube forever.
Yep.
Thanks, Melissa. Have a
Okay,
great
thanks,
day,
Suzanne.
family.
All right.
Bye-bye.